Hey, 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 my name is Siobhan, and I am welcoming you to my YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I am here today to, first of all, kick off my 100 Days of Health Challenge slash journey. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that in just a moment, but for those of you who are actually viewing me for the very first time, my name is Siobhan again, and I am an It Works distributor. If you're not familiar with It Works, Google it. We're out there. Um, I am free with Mrs. B on Instagram, Siobhan on Facebook. I am also free with Mrs. B on Twitter, so you can always connect with me through the various social media channels. I mainly use Instagram and Facebook. So let's start by talking about this 100 Days of Health challenge that I'm working on. So it started out with me and some of my friends. We decided that we wanted to really and truly get serious about getting into shape. Um, not just our bodies, but getting mentally in shape, spiritually in shape, and so forth. And so each of us has come up with our own unique hashtag for the challenge. So initially, I was just going to do get it right, get it tight, because that has been what I've used for one of my hashtags for my challenges in the past. But then I decided it was a little bit more deep than getting everything right and tight on the outside. For me, it's going to be more so of a cleansing and purging 100 days. And what I'll be doing is I'll be sharing some motivational things, some spiritual things, some personal things about me and my journey on this 100 days. Just to be a little transparent with you guys, the reason why I'm extremely committed to this challenge now, although I should have been committed in the past, but hey, we're all human, so we all fall off. Um, and if you haven't ever fallen off, then kudos to you. But I recently went to the doctor just for my annual checkup and just to discuss some concerns that I'd had about my health. And I have had, for the past year or so, I've had some issues with my blood pressure. It'll spike really high or it'll drop really low. And so they did put me on some medication to kind of regulate my blood pressure. And it has been pretty stable for a while now. But to add to that, I found out that my A1C levels are a lot higher than they should be. So high that I'm considered pre diabetic. And it happened once last year. And when it happened, I was like, oh my God, I gotta, gotta get serious about my diet and my health and exercise and so forth. And I did really well. It came back down, no more problems. Well, lo and behold, apparently spiked back up again, got a little bit out of control, and my doctor is now a little concerned because there is a history of diabetes in my family. There's also a history of heart issues, and there's a history of high blood pressure. So, yes, we have a little bit of stuff going on in our family, but nonetheless, I'm not going to allow that to deter me and to get inside my head to force me to think that I can't overcome these challenges. Um, so my doctor basically told me that when I come back from my follow-up visit in December, which is exactly from tomorrow, it's 101 days from my next appointment. And he said if I come back and my A1C levels are still elevated, then the next step is going to be to put me on insulin. And I'm telling you right now, guys, I refuse to go on insulin. I know it's something that people need that are diabetic. I'm not against that because I know that it does help some people, but I just don't want to get to that point. Um, Simply put, I need to lose about 25 to 30 pounds. Now, mind you, I have been eating pretty clean for the most part, but I will say that I got a little bit carried away with the carbs. The bread and the pasta, the rice, it was calling my name for the last several months. Those are items that I love. They're comfort foods for me. And so I will admit that I got a little carried away with those things. But because I got so carried away, it caused me to be bloated a lot. it caused my arms to just like get crazy big, or bigger than they've ever been in my life. And it also caused me to be a little bit self-conscious about wearing certain things as a result of my arms getting big and so forth. So when I told my doctor all of these things, he immediately knew what the issue was, but he did the blood work to confirm his thoughts. So yes, I do have high A1C levels, and he said that I have to follow a low carb diet so that I can get rid of all that bloating. He also encouraged me to implement some different supplements into my diet that I had not entertained in the past. One being a probiotic to help with the bloating, and to also um, replace some of the good bacteria that our bodies need. So, oops, sorry guys. So, there's a few things that he suggested for me to kind of get my A1C levels under control. So, I literally have about 100 days between now and my doctor's appointment, hence the reason I'm using my hashtag to be 100 days to health. So I just would love to ask for your support, but I also want you guys to hold me accountable, because this is something that is very important to me as a black woman, but also as someone in the health and wellness industry. I do my best to try and be a product of the products that I typically use. However, the products aren't going to do me any good if I can't get these two components under control, which are my blood pressure and my A1C levels. So, anyway, so I just wanted to share that information with you guys. I ask for your prayers, I ask for your support, and I ask you to hold me accountable. I'm going to be doing these videos. I'm going to try my best to do one every single day, just to talk about how my day was, how I felt, because I am going to be giving up quite a bit over the next 100 days. Things that I normally would not go without. And now I'm going to be going without them for a while. So, for example, let's start with the first 30 days. The first 30 days is going to be a detox. And it's where I'm just going to kind of release some of the bad things that I've been putting into my body. Um, and then I'm going to replace them with alternatives. So, for example, I'm going to try to give up coffee, guys. As much as I love my coffee, all I do is load it up with sweet creamers. So, and I'm really not a part of the black coffee deal yet. So, I'm going to give up coffee for a bit, at least for the first 30 days. Another thing that I'm going to give up is wine, which, yeah, I need to really pray about that, because I love having a glass of wine when I get off work. And on the weekends, I may have a cocktail or two or three. And so I'm going to give up both wine and alcohol for 30 days at least. And then I'm going to give up bread. I'm going to give up pasta. I'm going to give up rice. So y'all really, really, really need to pray for me, because those are staples in my life. But I know that I really have to go hard with this thing for the at least the first 30 days to give myself a good jump start on making it through the 100 days. So just pray for me. But anyway, I just wanted to share all that with you guys. If there's anybody out there who has some health challenges that would like to join in with me on this 100 days to health, by any means, please feel free to shoot me a message on Instagram. You can inbox me. You can also send me a text message, and I'd love to have you. You don't have to buy anything special. You don't have to do anything but just be willing to jump right in and, just exercise a little bit, eat better, be ready to just cleanse your mind and your thoughts of negativity during this challenge. So if you're in, please by all means let me know. You can send me a text or you can call 980-224-0784. That's my cell phone number. You can also reach me on Instagram at Free with Mrs. B. And you can also find me on Facebook under my name as well. So I thank you so much, guys, for tuning in to my very first YouTube video. And I look forward to sharing more of my journey as we progress through these 100 days of health. Talk to you soon. Bye.